If you're a man over 60 and you felt your erections becoming weaker, less frequent, or even disappearing entirely, I want you to stop blaming your age. Because what if I told you that the real reason isn't aging at all, but something much simpler, something you're not eating? Every day, millions of older men quietly struggle with performance issues. They feel disconnected from their partners, ashamed of their bodies, and confused by the sudden change. Society tells them it's just part of growing older. But the truth? It doesn't have to be this way. Your body still wants to perform. It still remembers how. It just needs the right support, and sometimes that support comes in the most unexpected form. 5 simple nuts. Backed by science and inspired by life lessons from the elderly, these nuts have been shown to restore energy, improve blood flow, boost testosterone, and revive desire, all naturally without pills or side effects. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through each one and reveal a bedtime trick that could reignite your mornings. So stay with me. What you're about to learn might just change everything. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Brazil nuts, the spark that ignites testosterone. As men age, one of the quietest losses they face isn't just physical strength or energy, it's the steady decline of drive. Not just sexual desire, but the inner fire that once made them feel capable, confident, and grounded in their masculinity. And while society often tells men to accept that fading spark as an inevitable part of getting older, the truth is more hopeful and much more powerful. Inside every man over 60, there's still potential for vitality, for strength, for intimacy. But that potential needs fuel. One of the most overlooked sources of that fuel? Brazil nuts. These large, creamy nuts may seem ordinary at first glance, but within them lies one of nature's most potent minerals for male health: selenium. Selenium isn't just another supplement buzzword. It's a critical nutrient that plays a central role in testosterone production, sperm quality, and antioxidant defense. And in men over 60, selenium deficiency is far more common than most realize. That deficiency can lead to low energy, fatigue, and declining sexual performance, not because the body is broken, but because it's undersupported. Just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day, not a handful, just a couple, can deliver your full daily requirement of selenium. That single small act in the morning can act as a signal to your body: I'm listening, I'm giving you what you need. Over time, that quiet support begins to manifest through clearer energy, improved mood, and yes, stronger, more responsive erections. But selenium goes beyond hormones. It fuels the production of glutathione, one of the body's most powerful antioxidants, helping repair blood vessels and reduce inflammation. That means better circulation, exactly what's needed for firmer erections and healthier blood flow to the places that matter most. What's truly remarkable is that this isn't about massive lifestyle changes. You don't have to overhaul your diet or stack bottles of pills. It's about giving your body one thing it's quietly been missing for years and watching what happens when it finally receives it. For many men, Brazil nuts are more than just a food. They're a turning point, a daily reminder that strength and passion are not gone. They've simply been waiting for the right signal to return. And if a single Brazil nut can spark this kind of change, imagine what happens when you combine it with a nut that directly targets blood flow, your body's key to lasting full erections. Let's talk about that next. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Walnuts, the circulation booster. For many men over 60, the fading strength of their erections feels like a slow and silent betrayal. It starts subtly. Less firmness, longer response times, weaker morning arousals. You chalk it up to age, maybe stress. But underneath the surface, something more fundamental is happening. Your blood flow, the very lifeline of your sexual performance, is starting to lose its power, and that's where walnuts come in. These humble, brain-shaped nuts hold a secret weapon your body desperately needs: L-arginine. This natural amino acid is the fuel your body uses to produce nitric oxide, the compound responsible for relaxing and opening your blood vessels. When nitric oxide flows freely, so does your blood, and that's what gives you not only the ability to achieve an erection, but the strength, fullness, and staying power that makes you feel like yourself again. As you age, your natural nitric oxide production declines. It's not your fault, and it's not a sign you're broken. But it is a signal, a call for support. Walnuts answer that call. With just a handful a day, 6 to 8 halves, you're delivering your body the exact nourishment it needs to restore flow, reduce vascular stiffness, and rebuild the pathways that have been slowing down for years. But the power of walnuts doesn't stop at your blood vessels. They're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids which combat inflammation and help keep your arteries clear and elastic. That's not just good for your heart, it's essential for your erections. Because let's face it, what good is high testosterone if your blood can't reach where it needs to go? What surprises many men is that within a few weeks of adding walnuts to their daily routine, something shifts. Morning erections return, energy stabilizes, confidence slowly creeps back in. It's not just the physical change, it's the emotional one. The quiet sense that maybe you're not fading after all. Maybe you're waking up. And while walnuts nourish your flow, there's another nut that's equally powerful, but works from a different angle. It doesn't just support performance, it fuels the very hormones that drive desire, energy, and passion. If you've been feeling tired, flat, or disconnected lately, this next one might be exactly what your system's been craving. Let's dive into it. 3. Almonds, fuel for hormones and stamina. Somewhere along the road of aging, many men begin to lose not just their energy, but their spark. That sharpness, that quiet strength, that ability to respond to life, to their partner, and to themselves with presence and passion. It doesn't vanish overnight. It fades quietly with every restless night, every sluggish morning, every moment of frustration when the body doesn't respond the way it used to. But what if that slow decline wasn't inevitable? What if it was simply your body asking for something it no longer receives enough of? That's where almonds come in. These everyday nuts hold an extraordinary power because they deliver a trio of essential nutrients that aging men are often missing: magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E. And together they don't just support the body, they help restore it. Magnesium is at the heart of healthy blood flow and relaxed blood vessels. It's what allows circulation to remain steady and strong, especially in the areas that matter most during intimacy. But more than that, magnesium calms the nervous system, helping reduce the tension that so often builds up with stress, aging, and performance anxiety. Zinc, on the other hand, is non-negotiable for testosterone production. Without it, libido drops, desire disappears, and the masculine edge that once felt effortless begins to slip. Almonds quietly replenish it, helping your body reawaken its hormonal rhythm. And vitamin E? It's the protector, a powerful antioxidant that shields your arteries from damage, ensuring that every nutrient, every hormone, and every drop of blood reaches its destination. A small handful of almonds each day, just 10 to 12, can begin this gentle rebalancing. It's not about immediate transformation. It's about steady restoration. Day by day, your body remembers how to feel energized, how to respond, how to desire. What's most powerful, though, is what happens beyond the physical. When you feel more in control, when your energy stabilizes, you begin to feel like you again. You move differently. You engage more fully. You stop bracing for disappointment and start trusting your body again. But if almonds rebuild your hormonal foundation, the next nut works on the front lines of performance. In fact, science now confirms it can improve erections, stamina, and satisfaction, all without a single pill. Curious? Let's explore it next. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Pistachios, clinically proven for performance. For many men, the journey of aging feels like a quiet retreat from who they once were, not just in strength, but in presence. That unmistakable feeling of being fully alive in your body, fully capable in the bedroom, and fully connected in your relationships. When performance fades, it doesn't just affect intimacy, it affects identity. But what if part of that retreat could be reversed with something as simple, as enjoyable as a handful of pistachios? These vibrant green nuts carry more than flavor. They carry evidence, clinical proof that natural performance can return. Pistachios are rich in L-arginine, the amino acid that fuels nitric oxide production, which is essential for healthy blood vessel dilation. And when blood vessels open properly, blood flows freely, creating the full, lasting erections that many men fear are lost forever. But pistachios don't stop at circulation. They offer a powerful mix of healthy fats, plant sterols, fiber, and antioxidants. This blend supports cholesterol balance, reduces inflammation, and improves overall vascular health, all of which are directly tied to sexual performance. In one study, men who ate just 3 ounces of pistachios daily for 3 weeks saw marked improvements in erectile function, libido, and satisfaction. No pills, no interventions, just real food, working with the body, not against it. The beauty of pistachios isn't just their nutritional content, it's their ease. You crack one open, pop it into your mouth, and with each bite, you're delivering natural fuel to a system that's been quietly slowing down. You're giving your body the tools to come back to life, gently, consistently, and without side effects. And then something deeper happens. With every improvement in performance, confidence begins to return. Not in a boastful external way, but in the quiet strength of a man who feels connected to himself again. That reconnection has ripple effects, more engagement with your partner, more motivation to care for your health, and a greater sense of possibility with each new day. And yet, as powerful as pistachios are, there's one nut that often goes unnoticed. One that doesn't just support performance, but rebuilds your system from the inside out, starting with your hormones and ending with a renewed sense of drive. Get ready, because what comes next might just be the most luxurious, underrated key to long-term male vitality. 5. Macadamia nuts, hormonal fuel for the long run. There's a certain stillness that can settle into a man's life as he grows older. A slowing of energy, of appetite, of desire. And while it's easy to accept that it's just the natural course of aging, what if that stillness isn't a signal to stop, but a whisper that your body is craving better fuel? Not just for energy or performance, but for balance, for hormonal strength, for longevity. That's where macadamia nuts reveal their quiet power. Smooth, rich, and deeply satisfying, macadamias aren't just a treat for the taste buds, they're a treasure trove of monounsaturated fats, the kind your body uses to create and regulate testosterone. You see, testosterone doesn't simply vanish with age, it declines in part because your body stops getting the quality raw materials it needs to produce it. And without enough testosterone, everything begins to slow. Metabolism, muscle tone, mental sharpness, sexual drive. Macadamia nuts provide a clean, stable source of fat that nourishes hormone production without the chaos of sugar spikes, greasy processed oils, or artificial stimulants. These fats also work at a vascular level, supporting artery health, reducing inflammation, and protecting the endothelium, the delicate lining of your blood vessels. That lining is key to erections because it controls how efficiently blood flows throughout your body, especially to the places that matter when intimacy calls. What makes macadamias unique isn't just their hormonal support, but how complete they feel. They don't just feed the body, they stabilize it. Rich in antioxidants and low in carbohydrates, they help manage blood sugar, support the heart, and give you a deep, sustainable kind of energy that doesn't fade after an hour. Just 5 or 6 a day is enough. And with every bite, you're not just indulging, you're investing. You're telling your body, I still want to feel strong, I still care about how I move through the world, and your body listens. But while macadamias quietly build your foundation, there's one final piece that brings all of this full circle. A simple nighttime habit involving one special nut that works while you sleep, restoring blood flow, boosting testosterone, and helping you wake up with undeniable proof that your body still has more to give. Ready for the final secret? Let's keep going. 6. Bonus, the bedtime trick that changes everything. There's something profoundly sacred about the quiet hours before sleep. It's when the noise of the day settles, the body softens, and the mind prepares for renewal. For many men over 60, however, this time also brings something else, a subtle sadness, a sense that vitality is slipping further away, that the body no longer answers the call the way it used to. But what if the night wasn't just a pause, but an opportunity? What if, while you sleep, you could actually rebuild the strength you thought you had lost? Enter the most underrated tool in your entire wellness arsenal, walnuts before bed. It might sound too simple, but science and lived experience says otherwise. Walnuts are uniquely equipped to support your body in the exact ways it needs overnight. They're packed with L-arginine, an amino acid that fuels nitric oxide production, the molecule responsible for relaxing and widening blood vessels, allowing rich, steady blood flow to where you need it most. But more importantly, they release this support slowly and steadily through the night, just when your body is naturally entering repair mode. And that's just the beginning. Walnuts also contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates your circadian rhythm. When taken before bed, this natural compound helps you fall into deeper, more restorative sleep, the kind of sleep where testosterone is rebuilt, tissues are repaired, and your nervous system finds its reset. This connection is often overlooked. Without quality sleep, testosterone can't rise. And without testosterone, erections weaken, drive disappears, and confidence slowly unravels. That's why this single bedtime habit, just 6 to 8 walnut halves 30 minutes before sleep, can become a quiet revolution in your nightly routine. No side effects, no medications, just real food working in harmony with your biology. And the best part, many men begin to notice one simple, powerful sign that change is happening. They wake up aroused again. The return of morning wood isn't just a physical shift, it's a message from your body. A signal that the systems are reawakening, that your fire is not gone, it was just waiting for the right kind of support. And if this small act can create that kind of change, imagine what becomes possible when we zoom out. When we bring all 5 of these powerhouse foods together with purpose into one simple daily rhythm. Ready to connect the final dots? Let's wrap this all up and unlock the bigger picture that could transform everything. A new chapter of strength, not decline. If you've come this far, you've already done something most men never do. You've chosen to pay attention to your body, to question the narrative that aging means fading, and to open yourself to a better, wiser way forward. We've explored 5 powerful natural foods: Brazil nuts, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and macadamias, each offering a unique kind of nourishment that supports circulation, hormone balance, stamina, and confidence. We've talked about how these simple nuts, when eaten with intention and consistency, can quietly rebuild what time has slowly worn down, not just physically, but emotionally. And we uncovered one small nighttime ritual that has the power to change the way you wake up each morning, with strength, with energy, with the undeniable reminder that your body still works. But more important than any one food or tip is this: your body is not broken. It's responsive. It's been waiting, not for a miracle, but for your attention, for your willingness to care for it again. You don't need to chase youth. You don't need to become someone you used to be. What you need is to support the man you are right now, with honesty, with care, and with the fuel that helps you stand taller, feel deeper, and live more fully. Because aging doesn't have to mean decline, it can mean refinement, a sharpening of what matters, a return to purpose, strength, and connection. So start today. 1 Brazil nut, a handful of almonds, a quiet moment before bed with your walnuts. Small natural acts of care, done daily, can create a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. You have more life to live, more love to give, more mornings to wake up feeling ready. The fire is still in you. Now it's time to feed it.